brothers and sisters, generals, family, current subscribers, new subscribers, anybody that view, man, we are back and we are live and breathing. We are back to conquer another day, another year, and another decade. And, just be thankful that we're alive and breathing and we can change anything that we need to change. And, there's many ways to do that. You just have to stay with it and study. And, as we all say, we take that good old walk deep within. And welcome to another nature podcast. And we got to do things to keep our minds cleansed and stay away from all this freaking noise out here. Real talk. And I'm here to tell you, brothers and sisters, real talk. And something my son and I experienced last weekend, because I try to be outside, That's why you see me doing a lot of footage, banners, thumbnails where it's showing nature or the universe. Anything to do with Mama Nature, because I love Mama Nature. And that great divine, some I say and I always say, brothers and sisters, that great divine protects us on the inside. Mother Nature protects us on the outside. And something that I'm coming to see, because when you study nature, you start to see the beauty in it and everything, because we as brothers and sisters, we are a part of nature too. So I'm talking about us too, because we evolved from nature. So I noticed the beauty in each other too, even through the challenges and the disagreements, because when you study nature and human nature, we would understand if we have an open mind, and we got that God spirit. I'm talking about buried deep within, because I always say, where does that great divine resides? Deep within our soul. And it's that God that keep us from doing toxic things, and not the worldly God. We talking about that strict God, that powerful God that runs this whole universe. And which brings me to nature can be very, very therapeutic and purifying, very therapeutic. And as you see, I got the red cardinal on my banner here and thumbnail. And red is my favorite color, and it's the color of one's birthstone. And I've done some research on the color red, and there are other colors that have meaning, but red is a very powerful color, and it can be an enlightening color, but of course in movies and stuff like that, we look at red as attached to something bad or evil. That's not the case. That's why we have to do our own study and lock in to those family members and reachers and teachers, brothers and sisters in our circle that know better and know the real meaning behind things, and not just going for the so-called matrix. I say so-called because in my opinion, my theory, the matrix is a manipulation of itself. It's just a big cabal of manipulation. And you have to have a heightened self-awareness to see through it. And being mixed up in this media and all this shit out here, we definitely won't see nature, because there's not nature in computers, in the digital world. There's no nature in the digital world. So that's why I connect to nature as much as I can, because there's a time, as many of us, I'm sure, brothers and sisters, family members, salute anyone listening. Probably was a time that, we didn't pay attention to nature and see how beautiful it is and set the tone every morning, because that's something I say, brothers and sisters. Set that tone every morning. I don't give a damn what we're facing, because nature is strong, fierce, great divine is powerful. Like I said, it can be everywhere at once. See everything, not this little small thing we put in the box, because I give the utmost respect to that great divine force, and I call down that protection from that great divine force and Mother Nature, because they both protect us. And as I reiterate, why I always say the two, and I'll say this over and over again, because it's for my youngsters, my children, we got to see the real meaning of nature, and know what it really is. Divine is the male energy. Mother Nature is the feminine energy, and we don't mix the two, because when we mix the two, what happened? We have tornadoes, we have disastrous weather, we have unorthodox things happen in our weather. Sometimes it's being manipulated, but that'll be another show. But when you have a heightened self-awareness, brother or sister, young or old, you will know and see these things. So, just my theory, my opinion. when we mix things that don't supposed to be mixed, like oil and water, we get confusion. So, and it trickles down from the unorthodox weather onto human nature. Just a theory, So when we mess with Mother Nature will mess with us. And we don't want Mother Nature to mess with us, because I don't care how powerful we think we are. None of us are more powerful than that great divine or Mother Nature. So, we all can take a seat to that, because the great divine and Mother Nature has the throne overall. So, because I would never, say I'm God or think I'm God. I would never do that, And if we do, I know we've heard like our past, our ancestors, and we say that they were goddesses. Yes, they were. They were goddesses, and we can think like a god or a goddess, but not to the point where we're using our power to manipulate or hurt someone. That's when we have crossed the line. That's when, let's just say, accountability, it will come back. So I won't get too far into that. I want to stick to the beauty and how nature can be very, very therapeutic. Kind of like speaking, same thing. If it's coming from a real heart, and coming from that soul, and we mean well. We have to mean well from the pit of that soul. There's no way around that. It's more than just talking. Righteousness is more than just a word. You can think it's corny or whatever, but I tell you right now, go ahead and do evil shit all your life, or however long you do it, and see what happens. And what happens to most of us that do something evil or something we had no business, or we on our deathbed? What's the first thing we do? I said this before. What's the first thing we do? Oh, God. That's the first thing we do. But we don't think about God when we're manipulating. I'm talking about those who do this. I'm not talking about those in my circle or those I listen to or family. We don't think about God when we're doing what we want to do, when we're doing what we want to do, especially if it's toxic and it's wrong for our body and it's hurting others. And I'm telling you, it's a toxic ripple effect. So if you don't care about God then, don't care about it later. But, it's okay if we do repent and we are sorry, but it has to be sincere, because whether the public know that we sincere, hey, that great divine knows, and that great divine will take care of it. We don't have to do anything. Like I said, the judgment of public opinion, because in the court system, don't have to do anything. Mother Nature and that great divine will take care of it all, because that is the true judge over everybody, the whole world, the whole universe. Real talk. And I'll bring it up. I'll reiterate. We like little crumbs. We better. I'm telling you, better not mess with that force. This little world we living in, it's like a little marble. Come on now. I always put myself in that great divine space, in that great divine shoes, so to speak. Mother Nature. We are like little ants. It can squash us like a bug. So we think we holding power on this little speck we call Earth. Yeah. I almost want to laugh. So that's why I appreciate Mother Nature. And I would teach my children, the ones that children are in my life. And I would teach them, and I would teach my son's mom the importance of being real with yourself and others, because that fake shit, it will come out and it will get you nowhere. Even if someone forgives you and gives you another chance, and you mess up again, you're going to be in the same old thing, because that's one thing that great divine has put in me and many like-minded reachers and teachers out here. I salute you. Reachers and teachers that speak and that have platforms. I honor you and I salute you, brother or sister, because I know how challenging it can be, especially when you got a huge platform. It's crazy how some adults act. And in life, not just online or on social media. I'm talking about in life in general. It's a shame to see grown adolescents, as I always say, if you're healthy, nothing wrong with you, but I don't want to get too far into that. But, those of us with a like mind that's reaching and teaching, we get tired of individuals thinking we're stupid. But in reverse, that's kind of our weapon. I'm talking about my reachers and teachers. I'm not just talking about me. I'm talking about those who are like me and think like me, and just want to see us elevate and do better. We are not dummies. We're not dummies. And I'm speaking for those who have platforms, reachers and teachers, brothers and sisters that mean well and have a divine heart. They know who they are. We know who the fake ones are and we know the real ones are. We don't have to split hairs because that great divine will reveal it. Because whatever is in our soul, good or bad, the universe is going to draw it out. So stop with the fake shit. Real talk. So I don't want to get too into that. I wanted this to be inspiring. But, as we are positive, brothers and sisters, we are also realists. And what can center us is knowing that nature can be forever therapeutic. And I'm going to get into the cardinal I got on my banner here. And I spoke on my son and I, as I was getting ready to say a few minutes ago. My son and I was out in nature. I let him ride his hoverboard. We went to the park, and it was him and I and his sister, his two sisters, and his brother. We went to the park, had fun, And they're trying to learn to. They don't have a big business, but they're kind of starting their own little small little business. And I have one spiritually adopted daughter. She does hair, man, can cook, and all of them, they can all cook. The boys too can cook. Very unique and very intelligent. I see it in them. It's wonderful, man. But that's why we have to stay with our young youth and stay in there and show them things like this on the banner. But how I came up with this title and thinking about the cardinal, my son and I saw one the other day, and it was beautiful. I mean, it is so beautiful to see a red cardinal in person. And as I said, red is my favorite color, and really, red is a color of power. I actually looked that up. It's a color of power and of elevation. And I read that somewhere and looked it up. I can't remember where. It's not always attached to something evil. That's why I say we have to get out of this damn matrix and stop. I've learned not to. I don't like that word belief. I've actually learned that from other teachers, and I've kind of studied it myself. We have to watch what we believe, what we see in this world. I always like to give the example. Me and many others, this is just a suggestion, advice. Be like Neo in the Matrix when he was standing there. And I remember it was a woman in a red dress in there. See, but that symbolized something else in the movie Matrix. But I won't get too much into that. But the scene where Neo slows things down, like when he slowed those bullets down when they're coming at him, that's how we can be. We can have that power. But I'm just using that's just symbolically. We can stop things coming at us. Slow it down. And we can stand in the mix to all the chaos that's running around us and stand firm, and see the real overall picture in this world through this old tainted ass, toxic ass media. Real talk. Because I refuse to be in a little small space. I will elevate outside the earth, out into the universe. Because that's what the great divine Mother Nature. That's what all that power, it resides inside, but it also resides in the universe and way above and beyond this bullshit out down in these small spaces. So that brings me to the red cardinal. And it's rare, like many of us great brothers and sisters out here that's teaching. Salute. I see you. You know what I'm saying? I don't see any enemies. I don't see any haters. All I see is generals, righteous brothers and sisters that's standing on their ground and staying on this journey. And that's in our families too. I don't see ops. I don't see enemies. I don't see haters. They don't exist in one's world. I see the beauty of nature, because nature can be very, very therapeutic. And there's a meaning behind the red cardinal. And as I said, red is my favorite color. If I didn't say it already, it's the color of my birthstone. And ruby red is the color of one's birthstone. So when you get a chance, whatever your favorite color is, look it up. See the meaning behind it. It's not just red. There's other colors too. But the cardinal has a meaning behind it. And we're going to have another meditative moment. And I always got to say, we are leaders and teachers. We ain't no damn followers with a student spirit. So as you know, my current subscribers, new subscribers, anybody that views, salute. May that great divine bring nothing but blessings and love and prosperity in your life. Reachers and teachers, family. And let's get into this summary. All right, let's go. In many cultures throughout the world, the vibrant red color of the cardinal is symbolic of good luck. I don't like that word luck. So we're going to say good fortune and abundance. It is also said to represent vitality. I'll have to look that word up. I think I know what that means, but I'm not sure, because that's one of those words I don't use in my vocabulary. I will always be honest about things like that, because the one thing I have learned speaking. If it's something we don't know, be honest about it. Don't act like we're intelligent. No, brothers and sisters, let's be intelligent, because we are. We don't have to act like it. So I'm going to start that summary over. In many cultures throughout the world, the vibrant red color of the cardinal is a symbol of good fortune. Remember, not luck. I don't like that word. Good fortune and abundance. It is also said to represent vitality. And I'll look that up. I'll probably have another show on that vitality. But also represents vitality. For the first time or more frequently than usual can be an indication. Remember, I said I saw this cardinal. I saw it twice. I saw it yesterday too. And can be an indication from your loved ones that they will always feel your love and will be near you. And we're talking about symbolically, spiritually. Even when we're not around family or we are by ourselves, nature will show us the love. And that's seeing a red cardinal. That's a very good divine sign. All right. A ray of hope. This is another symbolism of seeing red cardinals. A ray of hope in the cluster of worries. Remember, I talked about chaos a little while ago, being like Neo in the Matrix, standing in the midst of chaos and holding one's ground and staying stable. That's what this third summary represents. A ray of hope in the cluster of worries or chaos, a beginning of new beginnings in the spring after a cold, harsh winter. Symbolically, a cold, harsh winter, meaning the things that we have come out of and we're stepping into the new. All right. In the spring after a cold, harsh winter, in a beam of light within the world itself. So you see it in yourself and you see it in the world. Person, place, or thing. Something I always say. Treat this world like a noun and break it down, because you see things better. And that's like I said, person, place, thing. But what's the one main being that we have to study over everything? That is ourselves, because we ain't gonna know shit else if we don't know oneself. That is very, very important, because as I say, treat ourselves like a pebble in the pond. I've used this example many a times, but I think it can help if we incorporate it in our lives. Think of ourselves as a pebble in the pond. Just don't be afraid. Don't look for attention. Don't look for views. I mean, it's good to get people to listen, because that's what we do this for. But the one main being we do this for is that great divine and Mother Nature. But think of ourselves as a pebble in the pond. Throw it in that pond, and it makes that ripple. We got to stay righteous. We got to stand firm, because righteous isn't always soft. We got to be generals, so we can teach others to be strong generals. And that's family, brothers and sisters, young or old. And just let that ripple work its way out. Don't push. We don't push, but we don't give up. And things will come. We have to learn the art of patience. Sometimes be silent, because it keeps us juvenated, keeps us from getting stale, it keeps us being refreshed. That's why you always hear me say, set the tone in the morning. If you are fortunate to have a big screen TV, only because it looks better, go on YouTube and find those nature videos where it shows the display of nature, and it has all different kinds. Some of them have music playing behind it, and some of them have the sounds of nature. I do that all the time in the morning. I'm looking at a screen now. Beautiful home. It's like a home with an outside porch, and it views the lake and the mountains and the trees. It's just beautiful. And like I said, brothers and sisters, now that I have learned more about nature, I'm seeing how beautiful it is. So, again, I'm not beating up on those who are on social media and doing things, because as I said, I see the generals out there. I will always do things to encourage and help, because I don't want us to be stuck in this matrix. I want us to see the beauty of life. Get in nature when we can, put the phone down, put the computer down, and just stand in awe of nature. I did that the other day. I was at work, because as I said on a podcast about cleanliness, it's next to godliness. And if you go back, matter of fact, I'll put that in the end screen. And I put at the beginning psychologically, because this is a psychological thing. Being pure within as much as we can, in this human body. It's a psychological thing. It has to work deep, 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 deep within. And you'll hear a lot of that from a lot of those that are enlightened. We hear that so much because that's That's the only answer. That's the only place that we're going to find that answer, and where I say that great divine resides deep within. So, as I said, if you are fortunate to have it ain't even got to be a big screen, but it just looks nicer, And trust me, it took me, I didn't just up and buy this big screen TV. I saved up for it. I made sure I waited till the right moment to buy it, and I barely even have it on. And then when I do have it on, it's stuff like I'm doing now, something therapeutic. So that's what I use it for. Every now and then I might watch a movie or play a game on it or something, but I'm usually studying or reading summaries or writing music or spending time with my children and my son's mom. And as I said on a podcast a few weeks ago, or maybe a week ago, I spent time with my mom and spoke to my uncle and things like that. Those are the kind of things that rejuvenate me, and I feel refreshed when I come back on and I do these podcasts and speak and do music. I just feel refreshed, because it seems like after I speak maybe 2 or 3 times, I kind of get burnt out, and I want to keep that inspiring, refreshed feeling, so to speak, because I don't want to be having to push things to come out, ideas. I want it to flow naturally. So this just like I say on this channel, you heard me say this before, I suggest, teach, and give advice. So just take time and rejuvenate ourselves, brothers and sisters. Set back from the world for maybe a day, maybe 2 days, and just observe, brothers and sisters. You'll be amazed at things that drop in our spirit, because it's just my theory, my opinion. When we're on social media and in life in general, and we're just going, and going, we're not giving our brains time enough to get. Now, I'm saying for those who can't do this, because there's some that can go and still get good ideas, because, we all individuals. We, walk our path a different way. But just my opinion, my theory, I think when we take time off from speaking for a while, just for a little while, and I'm telling you, you'll notice the difference. And then when you get back on, you just feel refreshed and fired up, and all these new ideas pop up. And, we don't find ourselves, though, not too much becoming repetitive. Not that some are doing this, I'm just saying. So we don't get to that point. And get in nature when we can. And we'll see beautiful things like the cardinal. Because, man, I've been noticing rabbits, squirrels, man. And squirrels are coming up to my porch, and they're not scared. It's wonderful, man. It's wonderful when we can get in nature and get away from the digital world, and get those pure thoughts and not coming through something off social media. Let's go to Mother Nature and get those natural ideas, those natural thoughts. Then we bring it to the digital, because it's different. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I hope that makes sense to whoever's listening, because getting fresh ideas from that divine force in Mother Nature is way different than getting ideas from social media, because social media is digital, and I don't know. It's just different. It's not the same from pulling from that universe. So that's where I pull ideas from. And it's something interesting about that while we talking about pulling, righteous things from the universe. And it's something one of my favorite rappers, Tech-9, he said in an interview one time. He was speaking on Lil Wayne, and he said he stepped into the studio one time, and Lil Wayne and I don't know, some other artists were in there, and they all were looking up. And he said he didn't say anything, and he just walked in the room and sat down. He said, what the heck is they looking up for? And Lil Wayne, he looked down, and he looked at one of the artists, and what he was doing, he was trying to think of lyrics for a song. But before I get to that, Lil Wayne stopped looking up and looked at one of the artists and was like, "It's clear. Does clear sound good?" He was talking about something he was gonna say in a verse, and the other artist was like, "Yeah, that sound good." So Tech-9 was like, "Man, he draw his lyrics from the sky," and that's what I'm talking about. See, and people will probably think Lil Wayne crazy. No, Lil Wayne ain't crazy. Lil Wayne is just, that's why he able to do songs without writing lyrics. He calling it from that universe. That is possible. But the way we have been conditioned as melanated brothers and sisters, we don't think we're that powerful. We don't think things like that can happen. We think it's cosmic, or we think it's something weird, and that's how evil entities that corrupted this world, that's how they have us. They don't want us to know that. That's why you hear so many of us talking about their true power and drawing it from Mother Nature. And I'm telling you, that's an example. And it's not just him. KRS-One, another one. He's another one that knows about that universal power. He talks about that stuff all the time, you know. And to be honest, I think even Kendrick Lamar might be even connected to that universal power. Real talk. So it's a rarity. Not everybody has it. Only some has it. It's like brothers and sisters that I'm connected to online. Some of them are connected to that universal force. Real talk. It's not no weird thing, but to each individual has to know. But again, no, melanated brothers and sisters, and I mean all, have been under a conditioning. We don't know we have that divine power, but a lot of us have tapped into it. But I was saying all that to say, you know, I use Lil Wayne as an example. He's tapped into it. It's not, you know, it's not no weird thing when we step into it. Mother Nature will show us. We just can't think it's weird, we're afraid. They show us all the time in movies. Real talk. That's why I say salute to Professor Griff. I'm so glad he taught me this about movies and everything in life. We look in them and not just at it. So that's what I pull from the Matrix. And something I wanted to bring up that I spoke on about the Matrix. I'm still gonna talk about nature. This all ties into nature. And I'll speak a little bit more on the cardinal, you know, but as I said a long time ago, none of us even knew what the Matrix was until they made the movie. Now, I want people to ponder that. I want people to marinate on that. See, it goes from one stage to the next. Whatever they want us to think, that's what they throw out there. That's why I say so-called Matrix, because we got to be careful, because the Matrix is a big-ass cabal of manipulation in itself. Real talk. So that's why they created the Matrix. So that's another distraction for us to talk about and get into while we're in the Matrix. Ain't that crazy? So that's how I look at it. That's why you always hear me say on this channel, look above and beyond. As I said a little while ago about what Professor Griff taught me. We look in things and not just at it. So that's what I see when I see this red cardinal. And I'm telling you, when I saw that red cardinal and my son, when we saw it, I'm talking about my 9-year-old, and it's just like a light shined in us. It's like, oh, wow, we were chasing it down. It's like, it was just so beautiful to see. And I'm telling you, that's the type of things we need to connect ourselves to. Don't get drawn in too much of this digital shit, you know. But this is nothing that I'm telling anyone that most of my real like-minded generals, brother or sister, don't already know. Salute. But what I say, I'm just adding to the culture and or humanity. So I want to read this summary about this beautiful red cardinal. It's beautiful to see. And again, there are other colors that have meanings behind it, you know, but I just wanted to read this summary one more time. In many cultures throughout the world, the vibrant red color of the cardinal is a symbol of good fortune and abundance, and is also said to represent vitality and indication from an indication from loved ones that they will always feel your love and will be near you. And that's symbolically, that's spiritually, that's even those who transitioned. It can come through a bird, you know, like, and I've said on other podcasts, I see crows a lot. There's a deeper meaning behind that. It's not just death. Sometimes it can be our loved ones coming in spirit, coming a bird, you know, but you have to be in nature to see those things. You can't think it's weird. See, that's what this digital and all these distractions will take us away from seeing things like that. You know, so let's go to the third summary. A ray of hope in the cluster of worries. You know, we see a ray of hope when we see a cardinal, you know, beginning of new beginnings and the spring after the cold, harsh winter and a beam of light within the world itself. So that's when you see a cardinal, you are at the peak of your heightened self-awareness. And it said the cold winter, that's symbolic of the chaos we came out of. The drama we went through, you know, to sharpen us, to make us the strong generals that we are today, and family, brother, sister, young or old, you know. So get in nature when we can, brothers and sisters, man, because I've learned and I'm teaching my children and you know, I will never, as a vow I made to my great divine, one would never, ever be distracted. I will always see the purity and the beauty in our brothers and sisters, our children, oneself, and everybody else, man, that deserve it, that have it, you know. So when we can, brothers and sisters, you know, get in nature and thank those for coming in to another nature podcast. Look at that beautiful cardinal. Isn't it beautiful? And it's standing in nature. Isn't that wonderful? You know, that's what can keep us centered and not getting caught up in the toxic side of this social media, brothers and sisters. Real talk. So I thank the current subscribers, new subscribers, anybody that view, man, and salute to the real, like-minded reachers and teachers out there. Those I have learned from. Generals, man, study nature so we can know, man, nature can be very, very therapeutic. Salute.